All right, so it's a big day here at the RV park. I am having my trailer cleaned and waxed. Kenny is up on the roof, and this is the first time I'm having my trailer cleaned since I bought it in December. It's pretty exciting, and I'm pretty sure there's quite a bit of bird crap and probably a lot of rotten oranges from the beautiful orange tree that's the branches are up above. The maintenance man came by this morning and cut some of the branches to make it easier for Kenny to clean. But while he's doing that, he said it'll take about 3 hours. I'm going to be continuing to solve the problem of my electric assist, and I think I figured out what the problem is. Come on, Myrtle. Let's go. Okay, so while I'm having my trailer washed and waxed, I'm going to be riding around the RV park talking about an issue I've had with my electric assist where the motor cuts out. And this has been a bigger problem since I've been in Yuma than it has previously. It's actually been an issue for, I don't know, maybe 6 weeks or so, but most of the time the roads I've been cycling on have been very smooth. And if I'm on smooth ground, it doesn't happen. It only happens on rough roads. For instance, it's not going to happen if I go over railroad tracks. It's not going to happen because there's just some rocks in the road. It has to be very, very rough ground. And the roads in Yuma are terrible. This is not a town I would recommend for cycling. And so it has happened a lot, and it's given me the motivation to figure out what is happening. And what is happening is when I go over rough ground, my display turns off. And sometimes the display just goes to the off mode, so the motor is turned off, and sometimes the display actually reboots. And so it goes dark and then it comes back on. And I had made a video about it, and I had asked for suggestions for a solution to the problem, and I got some really terrific responses, and I have taken them all very seriously. And there was one issue in particular that I thought was very interesting, and that was perhaps it was because the battery is mounted horizontally on the trike. And this is a system, the Shimano Steps E8000 is designed for upright bikes. And on an upright bike, the batteries are mounted vertically. And so it was, the idea was that maybe because the battery is mounted horizontally, that the connection to the battery isn't so secure. So I tested that yesterday. I checked the bolts for how the mount is connected to the trike, and then also how secure the battery is in the mount, and discovered that everything is fine. It was not it. And then I had the idea that because I use pedal straps and I keep them pretty loose so that it's easier to get my feet in and out of the pedals, that maybe on rough roads my feet are getting bounced off the pedals. And there is a safety feature on the Shimano Steps E8000 where if you're moving and your feet come off the pedals, the motor will shut down. And so I tightened down the straps, made them very tight over my shoes, went for a ride, and the motor still cut out. And I was quite disappointed that my idea was not the solution to the problem. And I was also relieved because I really like using pedal straps, and I was thinking, gosh, if that is the problem, I'll probably have to switch to SPD or, be clipped into the pedals. And it's just so easy to, use pedal straps. I can wear whatever shoes I want, and it's a lot more comfortable for me. So that was not the problem. So then this morning, somebody posted about putting tape on the back of the display. And they didn't say what kind of tape, and they didn't even say why to put tape on the back of the display, but they said that it worked. And I thought maybe it's Scotch tape, electrical tape, duct tape. I really don't know. But it got me to looking at the back of the display. And I checked the connections to the display, and they seemed really good. And then I took the display off, which I didn't even know you could take the display off until this morning. But it comes off just like any bike computer. And there are 2 connection points here that match up with 2 very small connections on the back of the display. And when I turned this over, it had so much grime and so much dirt. I thought, oh my gosh, first of all, I should clean that off and go for a ride. And if I need to, I'll try adding the tape. But it turned out that cleaning off these connecting points was the issue. And so I put it back in. I've got the battery on, the motor's on, so it just comes right back on. Put it in eco mode, and I have been bombing around this RV park. Now, I think everybody's probably pretty sick of me, but I have been looking for every rough road, every pothole I can find, and I can't get the display to turn off anymore. So I'm feeling pretty confident that that is the issue, and super relieved what a simple thing. And so now I know to check the back of the display. I mean, this is the first time I've cleaned this thing since it was installed last October. I've done a tour down the Pacific Coast. I've been all over Southern California, and now in Yuma, which is so dusty and dirty and awful. It's really not a surprise that the back of the display got so caked with dust and dirt that it interfered with the connections. So there you go. Pretty simple solution. Let me know what you think of my analysis. And your comments have been very, very helpful. I took all of them seriously. Continue to leave comments in the comments section below. And as always, thank you for watching.